Hi, welcome to this tutorial on using what is close to being the final version of the construction measurement software. So let's start again by opening up a DXF drawing. We'll choose house design. Now this morning I'm going to measure a few rooms, save the measurement, then reopen it and edit the measurement. So first we calibrate the drawing by pressing this button here. Just to run through the buttons, that's zoom out, zoom in. There's a smarter zoom using the wheel in pan mode. This is navigate mode, which just takes away a lot of the functionality of the cursor other than to point and click menus and buttons. This is the pan mode, which once selected allows you to move the drawing like this, or with the wheel zoom in and out at specific points. So it's a smart zoom. Press Ctrl+R will reset the drawing back to itself. That's also available in the project menu. This button here is the calibrate button, which just allows you to set a real world value for your measurements in the drawing. So we'll start by determining the width of this room here to the wall. Just try and get it onto the wall there we go. So we'll say that's 3 meters. So 3, return. So the drawing is now calibrated. So to continue on, this is the polygon builder. This is the main function by which we measure the whole drawing. This button here removes the last polygon built. This button here removes all the polygons that are built. This is a line choose method, which allows us to choose lines from polygons we've built to remove from the measurement. And this resets the line select. So whatever lines you've chosen, pressing that, this button here resets those lines. Over here we have the data grid view, which displays a table of logged measurements or saved measurements. I'll open up that table. There's nothing in it at the moment, as you can see. We'll leave it there though, because it will populate as we measure. This is the visual mode. So if we had saved data here, we could click this button and look at the walls on the drawing, and along with their costs and measurements, etc. Plus and minus jumped to the next measurement group, and then the new edit feature, which is what I've been working on for the last week and a half, allows you to edit any saved data. So if you spend the evening working on a measurement for a house, you go home, you come back in the next day and you load up that saved measurement, you can continue working on it by clicking the edit mode. Then you have the X and Y coordinates on your drawing, just the coordinates of your mouse pointer. You have the single linear meter and area box. They determine measurements of single polygons or single lines. Down here is the data bar, and this is where all of the measurements are stored. We'll start from the left. This category button determines, are we talking about an exterior wall, interior wall, and ceilings. Now for this program we're dealing specifically in interior fit outs, so no external works to houses. So the categories are broken into an exterior wall, which is a wall that is adjacent to the outside of the house, but it's an interior wall, it's inside the house. You have an interior wall, which is a wall that separates rooms rather than the inside of the house from the outside of the house. And then you have ceilings. Then you have options, which change depending on which category you choose. So if you choose exterior wall, you have 5 options here. They are hard coded into the program. The tooltip that appears over them gives the determination of what they are. The rates are available on the name, as you can see. So you have a 38mm insulated board there, mechanically fixed to blockwork, tape joint and skim finish. And you have a 12.5mm standard plasterboard, dab fixed to blockwork. These are the main options that you would build in a normal everyday house. In fact, even in most commercial units as well. There are other options. I haven't hard coded every option in, so just the main options. These would be everyday options for houses. And the same with interior walls. I have 6 options for interior walls. Again, the most common, 12.5mm standard plasterboard dab fixed to blockwork, skim finished. Mechanically fixed timber battens to blockwork, screw fixed 12.5mm standard plasterboard, tape joint and skim finish. Screw fixed 12.5mm standard plasterboard to an existing timber stud, skim finish. Screw fixed 2 standard plasterboards to existing timber studs. Screw fixed 12.5mm fire or moisture resistant plasterboard to a timber stud, skim finish. And finally, screw fixed 2 number 12.5mm fire resistant plasterboard. We have ceiling options as well, 5 ceiling options. So screw fix standard slab to a plasterboard to existing ceiling joists. Screw fix 2 standard plasterboard to ceiling joists. Screw fix 1 foil back to ceiling joists. Suspended MF ceiling, screw fix to the underside of a concrete slab, which would be in modern concrete Britain slab houses. And suspended MF ceiling fixed to underside of concrete slab with acoustic insulation, 150mm. So there are options. We keep going here. This is the cumulative perimeter box. So as we build up polygons or lines, this will add up the cumulative perimeter. This height can be set by us as we go. I'll set it now to 2.4, which is the usual height for a house. Then we have perimeter by height, which will multiply the perimeter by the height, which is the area you would apply to exterior walls and interior walls. And then you have an interior area, which is the internal area of a polygon or a room, which is, of course, determines your ceiling costs. This is your cost text box. This just displays the cumulative cost of whatever item we're looking at. You've got a refresh button, which most of the time is automatic on the data bar, but when you maybe change the height, you may have to click refresh. You can also use the right mouse click on the drawing to update the cost in the data bar. Then we have this button here, which removes the last measured object. So if we have a list of measured groups, exterior walls, interior walls, clicking this will remove the last one. Now this has a dual functionality. In edit mode, this will actually remove whichever group we're looking at. So you can remove from the middle of the stack, so to speak. The data log button here just logs whatever measurement data we have on screen, and this text box here determines what ID, which measurement group we're looking at. So I'll push ahead and measure up this drawing quickly. We've already calibrated this. Holding down the control key allows you to zoom in and move your drawing as you please. You can do this while you build polygons. So polygon build is selected, and I'll just build up a few of these polygons in these rooms. And so holding down control key allows you to just be as accurate as you want to be, and you can spend as much time being as accurate as you wish. Right clicking closes the polygon, so we'll push ahead. So that's a small bathroom of what looks like the main bedroom. Then with this other room, we'll just build it up. We'll go straight to the far wall, close that up with the right mouse button, and I'll just finish with this room because we don't want to spend too much time, not for the purpose of this video, building polygons and measuring as accurately as we can. We have calibrated the drawing already, so there's 4 polygons we're interested in. We'll say we've been contracted to work on these 4 rooms for water damage purposes or whatever. So the cumulative perimeter is 41, height we've set at 2.4. Now I'm going to look at the external walls first, and I'm going to go for the best option, which is an 80mm high density insulated plasterboard mechanically fixed to blockwork, tape joint and skim finish. We're going to deselect these interior walls, so you just click on these walls, they turn blue, which means they're not included. You can note also that the cumulative perimeter is going down because I'm removing walls. So too is the cost at the rate applied. So there are all our external walls. We've got a 15.48 linear meters, 2.4 high. That's a total of 37.15 meters squared, and multiplied by 33 euro is 1,226. So we'll click this and log the data. The data appears up here. The line choose has been reset, which is useful because I've done the exterior walls. I'm now going to flick to interior walls. I'll choose an option from in here. Let's go for, let's say they're existing timber partitions. So we'll say 2 number fire resistant plasterboard to the partitions. Once again, line select is chosen, so I just remove the external walls, like so. Now there are small walls here, I might have to zoom in. There we go. Okay, so there are internal walls. We have that set 2.426 linear meters, 2.463 meters squared, at a rate of 2350 is 1,489.12. We'll log that data, and finally we'll choose ceilings. I'm going to go for an MF ceiling, so with acoustic insulation also, so it's a good option. That's 893 at 33 euro. So it's 27 meters squared by 33, which is 893 euro. We'll log that data. So let's say it's time to go home from work. We'll save our data for use tomorrow if needs be, or to show to the client. Let's save it on the desktop, and we'll call it house design measurements 1, and we'll save that to desktop. So let's close that down. So just close the file. Everything is blank to 0, and now let's come back into work the next day. We'll open back up the drawing we were working on, which is house design. Then we'll open up the measurements we saved the night before. Now they're previous, so we go to desktop, which is the one I've just saved. So we open this up. Okay, so you can see it appears in the data grid view. We can click the visual button and have a look at where these exterior walls at 33 euro are, 1,226, and we can flick through. These are the interior walls, and finally these are the ceilings. Now we'll say the client is not happy and has decided maybe to remove both the walls and the ceilings from this main bedroom. Let's say the price is just too expensive. We can click our edit button here, and in here we can just click this, highlight this ceiling, and click again, and it disappears. That reduces our cost down to 594, and it automatically updates in the data grid view. So let's go to the walls now, flick to here. So this is the exterior walls. So let's remove these 2 exterior walls. That has updated that also, updated the cost. And let's go to the interior walls, there are the ceilings again, and remove these guys. So that's all that room removed, and the price updates itself automatically. And there you go. You can switch off edit now, and we can view them in visual mode again. There we go, the updated drawing and measurements. And just also another feature is we can let's go to the ceiling view. We can add new polygons, new ceilings and new walls to the drawing in edit mode also. So there's a new polygon added to ceilings. Now if I log this, just click save, this adds to the data, and the cost updates automatically also. Now if we wanted to save that, we'd have to once again click on save, and we could say that's measurement 2, or we could put a date or whatever way we want to choose to save. So click save, and that's it. So that's my software. There are options in the menus which are pretty much reflections of the main button options. There are also a lot of keyboard shortcuts which make the the software easy to work with, or the intention is that it makes the software easy to work with. Okay, thanks for watching.